What's up? What's up?
Oh, I didn't flip it up.
I can't see it.
Reach for it.
I can't. There we go. I'm just gonna start it over. Fuck. There. Okay.
Here we are. We got a new light.
Thanks, Barb.
Yeah, thanks, Barb. From Crocus Cooley Reworn. I went there and I wore a bunch of her clothes on Wednesday from 10 to 5 when she was open. And you'll see, I'm sure you've seen that on our Instagram. And if not, go check it out. What's up today, Megs?
Well, my water heater shit the bed this morning, so that sucks.
It does suck.
This is nothing like jumping into the tub with freezing cold water. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a no.
Yeah. Did you have hot water? Yeah. Yeah. I last night. Such an unfortunate event.
Yeah. I was like, I guess I'm just gonna go to work stinky today. But
yeah.
Not that I haven't been doing much, so
yeah.
I don't really stink.
And then I texted my cousin to let her know we weren't going, and she said that their furnace quit.
Oh
no! So it's like hot water heaters. It's shitty season. Shitty season. It's winter.
Yeah, like my water heater was probably like due because the house was built in 2009. So I mean, it's already 12 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was probably due, I guess, to be replaced.
Yeah, how long do those things last? 20 years?
I think, the warranty expired in 2017, so 8 years, I think, is probably, because, they always expire the warranty when they know things are going to start going wrong.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Crazy.
But nothing lasts like it used to anymore.
Yeah, but we'll make it to North Belford for carpets soon.
Well, we're going to need to, because we're almost...
Yeah,
our bedroom's almost done.
Going to get paint tomorrow, right?
Yeah, and start painting. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna prime the room tomorrow after work when I get home.
Ho ho!
Whoop whoop! Because that'll
whoop.
take a full overnight to dry, and then put another coat of primer on there, and then paint it on Sunday.
Paint it up.
Paint it up.
Fuck yeah. Renovations. 2 chicks and a reno.
2 chicks and a reno, yeah.
Love it. And yeah, so this weekend planned. Do we want to tell? Are we going to tell them?
Oh yeah. So yeah, remember that time we were gonna have the girl over on the podcast to talk about things? The girl that my ex cheated on me with. Well, I don't think we even got into any of it, but there's more to it, and there are 2 girls coming on the podcast. It'll probably end up being like a 2-part.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Like a shit ton to unpack. So, yeah, hello, men. It's 2021. When we found out we've been wronged, we band together. Mm-hmm. And...
sisters are getting together, not turning on each other.
And, I think, honestly, so this motherfucker, really done did us dirty and is just a terrible human being. And I hope you watch this, and I hope you're shitting your pants realizing that all of your lies are about to be laid out on the motherfucking table. Fold them!
Bam!
Bam! Yeah, so it'll be interesting, and I swear, if I ever find out that he's dating someone, I'm just going to discreetly forward that video to him and be like, just so you know, so you don't have to find out the hard way.
Hey, well, yeah, for a while, until he changes for the better.
Yeah.
Which hopefully he will. But until then, the truth needs to be
that
told.
He did to all of us. I'm like, I think this guy's that's his personality, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe his
Those lies were very well thought out.
Oh, they were elaborate.
They were like planned out. Like I swear, like he met me the first time was like, "This is how I'm going to get her.
This is how I will get the girl who does not want a relationship." Like he got you so. Like I'm sorry, but like he got you so good. Like fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Anyway.
But yeah, other than that, let's not put any more energy into that until we do that. So yeah, girls. I don't know why I keep saying girls. So Chelsea's gonna come down from Saskatoon, and Jessie's just from Lloyd. So,
it'll be a good time.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to have wine with us, but I think we're just gonna have.
Yeah.
We don't really want to like. I don't want to get drunk or anything, but I kind of just want to like get buzzed, and then after we're done podcasting, I just want to have like a dance party in the living room and listen to like old like 2000 music, some 90s.
Some Kesha and some Pitbull and some fucking, I can't even think, Rihanna, S&M.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the songs that come to mind when it's time to go.
Speaking of S&M, remember that time I did a freaking wet t-shirt contest to that
Oh,
song?
my God. Where did that come from? Yes, I do remember that. You lived my dream.
Where did it come
night.
from? You just said S&M, and I was like,
oh yeah.
That was the song that was playing.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing ever. Oh, all I remember is what happened right before.
Yeah. So I like went through like I used to have like I'm kind of going through it right now, but I used to have like I don't even know, like it was like anytime I drank, like I would just get the shits, and I got like really nervous, and I fucking had to go and like shit my ass off before going on stage and try to act all fucking sexy.
That was the first time I had ever been in the same stall as someone when they were pooping, and I feel like we got just that much closer that night.
You can poop in front of your friend. That's a keeper.
Yeah, you did a sweet wet t-shirt fucking I was so like back then I was like so jealous, but at the same time like yes girl, do this like I was ringleading you, I feel, because I secretly wanted to do it.
Anybody would be like, hey, do this, I'd be like, okay, you know, like I still kind of am that way.
Let's fuck it up.
Yeah.
Why not?
But yeah, that was good time.
That was a good time. The cooler used to be it was never a good place, but it was a happening place. Things were happening there for sure.
Yeah. And also, like, speaking about shit, I'm just gonna go ahead and I am mortified that this happened to me, but like, I feel like people just need to talk and be more open about these things because they happen. And I feel like if people talk to each other more about these things, like, you might learn something. You know, like, you might be like, oh, like, I am not the... Holy, that was some parkour action right there.
Yeah.
She just used my foot as a fucking...
cat life.
Yeah, that cat
gosh.
life. So, I,
Okay, quit chasing each other across us. We're trying to podcast.
Yeah, you psychos. Like, why do they always get so hyper in the morning and like right before bed? It's like WrestleMania.
I don't know.
Anyway. So since like since I lost Bailey, my stomach's just kind of, like, my appetite and digestive system's just been in a funk, and just really like lacking in appetite just with the series of events that happened, you know. And once I started that shit with my ex happened, and it was like the never-ending freaking list of lies that kept coming, and so the lies that never end.
Yeah,
just
literally.
go on and on, my friend.
As soon as you think you're at the end, you're like, oh, there's more?
Oh, there's more.
There's
oh my
more?
God. Okay, cool. So anyways, yeah, I've just been a bit of a train wreck lately, and with having COVID, my digestive system and my guts have just completely been fried, and I shit myself. Not once, but twice in the same morning. I fucking shit my pants. 30 years old. I've heard stories, you know, typically from men, because they're more open about talking about shit like that, and women should be
Sharding
too.
and things like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, how does that happen? So I've been so ill that like I didn't even try and like push out a fart. Like, I just basically relaxed, and I was like, oh my God, I just shit myself. Cool. That is fucking sweet. But like,
life.
I will say, like, the silver lining in that is that because I've been so ill that basically at this point, it's not even shit coming out of me anymore. It's basically just fucking water and mucus. So it wasn't like I like filled my pants. And then I got in the shower, I cleaned up, and then I go to get dressed, and I fucking like bent over and shit myself again. And that was my first day that I was supposed to be going back to work. And so Deanna was like, are you okay, buddy? Like, my boss. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming in. I'm having a morning. So I went to work, and I literally was like, I'm sorry, but I shit myself not once and twice. And then after I shit myself and like got myself cleaned up, and was on my, I got a phone call on my way down the stairs, and I fucking fell down my motherfucking stairs while talking to Wayside Dental. Dropped my water bottle, dropped my phone, and my dumbass just like picks up the phone like nothing even happened. And I was like, sorry, what was that? Like, what a train wreck. I was just like, I can't. So, like, yeah, that's my life. Like,
when I got those texts, I first burst out laughing, and then I was like, oh no, like, obviously, like, that sucks.
What a rough first day back at work.
And then, because you work with the wife of a guy I work with, and so he was like, so Megan's sick, huh? She's not going to work or something like that. And I was like, or he asked how you were doing, and I just burst out laughing. And I was like, she's really sick, but I couldn't say anything else because I was like, I can't. So I'm really glad you just told that story because now it makes sense why I kept bursting out laughing when he
like
asked
the
me if
series
you
of
were sick.
events that morning was just, I was not having it, fam. Like, man, and like. Let's just normalize. Like, shit happens, literally. Like, I was mortified, and now I'm like, hey, man. But, like, I'm also, like, for the most part, I feel like I'm an overly pretty open person. Like, I've just gotten to a spot in my life where if you think that's disgusting, that says more about you than it says about me, because I'm, like, I'm seriously sick right now. Like, I need, I'm actually going to the doctor because my guts really aren't right, and I don't think it's normal to shit straight mucus. So
no, I know. Yeah.
So if anybody has ever had anything like this before, or if you've had COVID and this was like a side effect that you've had, please like reach out because like I'm like wondering if I think I might. I don't know if like maybe. With a weakened immune system, I got like a bacterial infection in my stomach right now or something, but it's not right anyways, and I'm getting real sick of like
being sick
and like when you're going basically pissing out your ass more than you are peeing, like that's
something wrong for sure. And people aren't, like, going to be obliged to talk about something like that. So,
like, I literally last night was awake until 1 because my stomach was so upset. And, like, that's the thing. Like, it's not even, like, my stomach doesn't hurt. It just gurgles all the time. And, like, literally, it's just, like, every time I relax, I, like, basically shit. So, like, last night, I was, like, scared to go to sleep because every time my stomach gurgled, I had to go to the bathroom because if I relaxed at all, I was scared that I would shit my pants. And then I was like, if I fall asleep, am I going to relax and shit the bed? Like, I don't want to shit the bed.
Oh, God.
So this is my life right now. But anyways, WrestleMania is happening out there, yeah.
We're gonna reveal our Enneagrams.
Oh, shit.
We haven't even got there, but that's okay because now everybody had to watch this whole episode before getting to the good part.
Yeah, I screenshotted mine.
Did you? Okay,
yeah.
Me too, Z's. I just gotta find it because I've probably screenshotted 80 other things since then. Ooh, girl, I am... Okay, so what number are you?
I want to see what yours says.
I am a number 8. Why?
So what did it say? Like, what did yours say to you? Because mine said you are most likely a type 3.
Mine said you are... frick? Where did it go?
And then it said, mine says, it is not clear from these test results which Enneagram type and wing you are. So taking these into account, you seem to be a 3W2 or a 3W4 or a 7W8. So type 3, I'm a 10. Type 7, I'm 8.7. Type 8, I'm 8.1. Type 6, I'm 7.4. Type 1, I'm 7. Type 5, 6.7. Type 9, 6.7. Type 2, 5.7. Type 4, 5.4. Like, why? Like, it's like, is that like the percentage of like how much I am of each?
Yeah. So my top one was 8 because I had 9 answers on that one. And then I was a 7 because I had 7 or something like that. Like it was 2 off. So I was an 8W7.
Where is it?
But I can't fucking find it.
Yours didn't look like this?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Yeah. But mine seemed very like, this is what you are.
No. I wasn't really surprised that mine was like, because I'm very, even the Enneagram's like, you's a mysterious bitch.
Yeah, right? Mine was very much like, where the frick did it go?
Which I don't know how that even works, like how I'm such a mysterious person, but yet I'm so open in the next, like here I am, this is my life, but also.
I'm panicking because my phone's gonna die.
Oh no.
I know, but...
Okay, well, I'll read mine while you're looking.
Yeah.
So mine said, to determine your true type, you might want to start by considering the types with the highest scores on the list below. Also, there are many fine books. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm an idiot, and I didn't even save what mine means.
Oh, see, I saved what mine means, but I didn't save how much of mine that I am. That's why I'm like, fuck. Oh, frick.
Well, I'm just... Menu. So mine's a 3. So type 3 is the achiever. Focused on the presentation of success to attain validation. People of this personality type need to be validated in order to feel worthy. They pursue success and want to be admired. They are frequently hardworking, competitive, and highly focused in the pursuit of their goals. Whether their goal is to be the most successful salesman in the company or the sexiest woman in their social circle, they are often self-made and usually find some area in which they can excel and thus find the external approbation which they are so desperately need. 3s are socially competent, often extroverted, and sometimes charismatic. They know how to present themselves, are self-confident, practical, and driven. 3s have a lot of energy and often seem to embody a kind of zest for life that others find contagious. They are good networkers who know how to rise through the ranks, but while 3s do tend to succeed in whatever realm they focus their energies, they are often secretly afraid of becoming losers. 3s can sometimes find intimacy difficult. Their need to be validated for their image often hides a deep sense of shame about who they really are, a shame they unconsciously fear will be unmasked if another gets too close. 3s are often generous and likable, but are difficult to really know. There's the mysteriousness coming out. I haven't even read this all myself yet. When unhealthy, their narcissism takes an ugly turn and they can become cold-blooded and ruthless in the pursuit of their goals. Because it is central to the type 3 fixation to require external validation, 3s often consciously and unconsciously attempt to embody the image of success that is promoted by their culture. 3s get in trouble when they confuse true happiness, which depends on inner states, with the image of happiness which society has promoted. If 3 has a good job and an attractive mate, she might be willing, through an act of self-deception, which is also self-betrayal, to ignore the inner promptings which tell her that neither her job nor her mate are fulfilling her deeper needs. Even the most successful 3s, who generally appear quite happy, often hide a deeply felt sense of meaninglessness. The attainment of the image never quite satisfies. 3s can sometimes mistype themselves when they mistake the more superficial feature of their personalities as indicators of their type. So, for instance, an intellectual 3 might mistype as a 5. A 3 who is devoted to her role as a mother might think she is a 2. A 3 in a leadership position mistype as an 8, and so on. Regardless of the manifestation, however, the core of the type 3 fixation is the deep need for external validation. Which is, like, kind of weird because, like, a lot of the questions that I answered, like, about validation or, like, what people think of you was, like, I didn't give a shit about what people thought about me. Like, I don't feel like I really, like... I do like validation, but I don't feel like that's, like, the center of who I am.
But maybe you so much don't want it that it can tell that you do.
Or also because I have such a mix, like, mine's, like, we don't really know what you are.
Mine was very, like, okay... 8s have a motivation and need to be strong and avoid showing vulnerability. They value having a sense of control and being direct and impactful. 8s love challenges and will embody a need for justice, which enables them to protect others. Healthy 8s are experienced by others as strong, deeply caring, and approachable. They offer the gift of innocence to themselves and the world around them when they align.
Which one?
That's fine. Oh, we're over time anyway.
Lucky for you.
And they at their worst, others will experience 8s as domineering, aggressive, and lustful, an image that stems from the 8 strategy to express themselves as larger than life in a threatening world. And so that's like for the 8, but the 8 with the wing 7, I read that one, and that one was much more like you always feel like you need to, like, make a difference, and for some reason I always have felt that way, so it's pretty spot on for me.
Yeah, I gotta look into it a little bit more because I just did mine tonight. But did you
what one of the main things that the 8 wing 7 thing that I like kind of was like, that's me, is I get annoyed when people won't fix their own problems. Like, if I see people like just like there's a way out of something and they're just choosing to not take it or whatever. But my weaknesses, these are so spot on in my weaknesses: struggling to remain patient, tendency to overindulge, difficulty listening to authority figures, like and lacking sensitivity to the feelings of others. So, like, for most of my life, if somebody would cry, like even still, sometimes I'm just like, like, you know what I mean? Like, because for me, like, I look at myself as, like, get the fuck out there, bucko. Like, you don't have time to be fucking around like this. And so I, like, project that onto other people. Like, okay, fucking
let's
go.
You cry all the time.
I know. But only in front of very specific people. Like, there's 2 people in the world that I cry in front of. And so... But those people see, like, the worst. Well, that's not even true. Like, I've cried in front of hundreds of people now, but...
I've seen you cry about, like... I've seen you
everything.
cry about...
Everything.
Like, I've always been like, yeah, like, Amanda, like, she cries when she's happy, she cries when she's sad, she cries when she's mad, she cries when she's hungover, she cries about everything.
But when
she's happy.
But when other people feel something, I'm like, well, like, fucking get over it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's not really... And I do feel that way sometimes, so it's, like, not cool.
Yeah, that question where it was like, do you have troubles or being emotional or something? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, like, I have no problem being emotional, but understanding other people's emotions is always hard because I always think that I know better than they do, which is not true. So,
no, everybody just has to feel their own emotions their own ways.
Yeah. But on the flip side, my strengths are being really creative, which is obvious, leading others effectively, and sharing my thoughts and opinions openly, and forming connections with others.
Yeah, on this test that we took, there's, like, the classic test, which is the one that I did, and then there's the one with the instinctual variant, and I also want to take that one and see what it comes out with.
Yeah.
But I gotta look into mine a little bit more because obviously mine's like, we think you're this, but With the fact with the being mysterious part in there, it's like, well, no shit, you only think on this because
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. And the cool thing, though, is, like, once you've done it for yourself, then you can kind of, like, navigate who you are. Because sometimes, like, if you answer, like you said, because some of my things, I was like, that's for real about me? And then the more I think about it, I'm like, well, yeah, that is. So then you can take the proper steps to fix it. And actually the Spirit and Spear people who we tagged initially or reshared their post, they, like, teach people how to really take control of their number, I guess, and like really, really use your strengths and really, really, like, work with your weaknesses. So
Well, you know, like the validation thing, like, so it makes sense because I'm, like, hyper independent.
yeah,
And because of that, I'm hyper independent because I was always seeking validation from my mom and trying to fix a mother wound from her. So, like, I used to really seek a lot of validation. And now, I don't know, just with everything happening in the world and stuff, now I'm just like, with all the loss that I've, like, had in my life recently, it's like, man, just live your life. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, life is short. You only have one life that you remember.
yeah, yeah.
I kind of think, like, I don't know, like, I've been pondering the thought of, like, reincarnation and stuff because there's, like, some, like, kids that, you know, will have very descriptive descriptions, I guess, I don't know, of people, and they've been able to, like, go back and find who these people were. Like, how does this kid know about all these things? So,
yeah.
But, like, just because we're reincarnated doesn't mean that you're going to remember it.
But, like, even, like, you know, when you have, like, a connection with a person, whether it's a cat, like, for me, like, I'm like, my cat was my cat before. Like, I've never loved an animal this much before.
Well, like, I didn't want a house cat. I did not want a house cat until my ex cut off half her tail. And then she just, like, soothed me so much when I lost Franklin. And, like, I swear that, like, a part of Franklin's fucking in her.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Probably.
how weird she is and, like, the things that she'll do and, like, how, like, obsessed she'll be with me sometimes. I'm like, Franklin, is that you? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just kind of neat, and whether it is a piece of Franklin or maybe, I don't know.
But even, like, babies, like, you ever just meet a baby that you're like,
My nephew?
this baby knows me from somewhere.
I'm obsessed with, like, my nephew. Like, I'm obsessed with, like, I love all of my nephews, but there's just something about Benny, and I don't know if it's because he came in a time that I was going through a lot of trauma and a lot of pain and a lot of loss. And, like, I met him, I think, after I lost Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I was really upset, and I just held him and cried. And I don't know if it just, like, created, like, a really extra strong bond, but, like, I can look at Benny and just want to cry because I love him so much. And I get, like, watery eyes sometimes just looking at him, or, like, when he smiles or laughs at me, and I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. But, like, even, like Nate and Grayson, like, they're amazing kiddos, and they just, I don't know, being an auntie really fills my heart.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I love
something about my little Benny boy that I don't know. I feel all, like, warm and cozy when I'm with him.
I don't know what it is about, like, little kids lately. When I see kids that, like, aren't mine, I'm just like, and they look at me, I'm like, oh, man, I can't believe what you've had to live through. Like, this life, it's unfair, you know?
Well, it's unfair because, like, we think about, like, you know, what we did as kids and stuff, and now they're all being locked up and, like,
when I see a kid with a
sad.
mask, I just want to fucking, like, no, baby, no. Oh,
like,
whatever.
leave the kids alone, especially, like, if it is true that the transmissibility between, like, kids and adults is fairly low, like, leave them alone.
Oh, did you hear? The vax is approved for 5 to 11-year-olds. They're rolling it out in Lloydminster. There's 2 locations. They're not bringing clinics into the schools, thank God. But you should see the fucking consent form parents have to sign to get their kids this vaccine. And the worst part is that they want you, they literally, in this fucking letter from the school board, it says, and I'll post it, I fucking have it, like it got emailed to me. It says, please fill out the consent form before you get to the vaccination site. And on the consent form, it says, I have read the Pfizer blah, 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 fact sheet. Well, how can I fill out this consent form legally without ever having seen this fact sheet?
We don't send you with they don't send the fact sheet, but they tell you to read it.
They tell you to sign this consent form and fill it out before you get to the fucking place. But how can you fill it out not having the information that it says that you're signing away that you have? So
it's not really informed consent.
It's not informed consent, motherfuckers! Don't vaccinate your kids, please. That's it. I'm not going to say anything else about it anywhere. I don't care.
Yeah,
please.
That's like one thing that I will say, like, I'm very much like, if that's what makes you feel safe, if that's what you feel comfortable with, do it. But when it comes to kids, like, man, like, I don't know, like, it's just, why? Like, when, like, the risk to reward when kids with COVID, like, they're not, like, there's...
Keep going,
like, statistically, there's hardly any risk of a kid getting COVID at this point.
Yeah.
Like, if they get COVID, it's a cold for them. They hardly skip a beat. They carry on.
They barely have any symptoms. And the data now shows that they're not the carriers of it. These kids are bringing it to school from their parents, not the other way around. Like,
yeah, like the transmissibility from kids to adults is like nil.
Nothing.
It's the adults giving it to the kids.
Exactly. And
so what's the point?
We're going to sacrifice them to make ourselves safe? When has that ever been reality in the world? You don't sacrifice your children for your own future.
Yeah, especially when the vaccine is just to keep like them themselves safe. If they're already safe from like COVID, if they're not having any like bad reactions,
exactly.
Why? That's the risk reward like just doesn't make sense.
No.
But, I mean, there's definitely going to be some parents that are going to be super gung-ho about it because that's, like, what they believe in. But it's just like, ooh.
The life expectancy for myocarditis is 3 to 5 years. So if you vaccinate your child at 7 years old, there's a chance that he's going to get myocarditis and live to what? Not even his 20s? Like these are the real risks. And, like... Again, adults, you take your own risks, do whatever you want. These kids don't understand the risk they're taking. Let them turn 18. Like, it's just so hard to even talk about because so many people have already done it and then they just feel...
Do we even give, like, flu shots to kids?
Yeah. Yeah, my friend had her whole family done once, and they all got the flu, and she's never had a flu shot since because it was the worst 2 weeks of their life.
I just didn't know if there was like an age limit on the flu shot or not.
I don't know.
I don't get the flu shot. I've never gotten the flu shot. I never needed to.
No.
So I don't really I just don't know what the...
That's just like the main point. They haven't been getting sick. Why give them something that might make them sick from something else? Like, okay.
And on that note, we're just going to sign off.
Yeah, have a great time. You're welcome for the extended...
my sister braided my hair. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Her sister.
always does.
Thanks, Sydney.
Thanks,
You're a
Sydney.
real gem. Okay,
Thanks
bye.
for feeding me all the time.